Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Rewind that. It's your girl Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one, when I go live, and all that good stuff, guys. Tonight we're going to be going over the latest episode of The Shy, season 6, episode number 2. That episode is called Mo Douda Mo Problems, guys. And let me just say this real quick, because I think some of you know by now that I am one of those kind of people that likes to read into the title of the episode. And, last week's title was New Shy City, aka New Jack City. I don't know if that indicated that Douda will be like he's like the next Nino Brown, and not to say in the Nino Brown type of way, but more like this menace to the surrounding area that they live in. Everybody has a problem with Douda, probably everybody except the people that work with him, the people that are that he's paying. But I do believe that eventually the people that he's paying will feel threatened by him as well and winds up helping to take this freaking guy out. Okay, as I was getting ready, guys, today I was wondering, what if they do him like they did Officer, was it Alonzo, the officer from Training Day, Denzel's character? What if like the hood just gets around and just pop, 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 pop. Let me stop. But anyway, like, what if they do him like that? I mean, they defunded the police. We don't like. I need to follow up on that story. What's going on with the police? What's going on with that? So if they have no cops and nothing like that, no law enforcement, nobody's gonna snitch or maybe set them up. What the heck is going to go on? All right. I still have questions. Why the heck is Douda back in town when Trig told him to freaking leave town or it's going to be a problem? That tape is going to resurface, things like that. Douda should not be operating, guys. He should not be operating. Where is Trig? What's happening? DeMarcus, do not be regurgitating stuff that I have said already. Okay, my love? I believe that Rashad will take out Douda to save Bakari. Don't regurgitate. I said that during and I'm just playing with you, but I'm not sure. I definitely said that in during the ladies, I think it was on Tamika's live last week when or earlier this week when they talked about it, and I said that I wouldn't be surprised if Rashad took out Bakari. I'm sorry. Oh gosh, took out what is his name? Took out Douda, not to save Bakari. You switched it up a little bit, DeMarcus. You said to save Bakari, and that might be true. That's a possibility, right? But I said take him out because he takes out Bakari. I'm just so afraid that as we see, Bakari's life with Stanley's family, I'm talking about Papa, seeing him in that light and everything, that they're showing all of that just to rip our hearts out if something happens to him. So last season I talked about this too. I said I feel like they're setting us up to like this kid just to rip our hearts out, and I'm not feeling that. All right, I'm gonna say hello to everybody before we can start getting into this recap. What's up, Tracy Lee and Marlon Easton, Matthew Wilson, DeMarcus Vaughn, Renee Hicks, Naya Johnson, Just Me B, Queen, Tina, Daria. How are you guys? Thank you so much for being here, my night owls. All right, guys. Let's get into it, okay? So, guys, Trig's first day on the job is filled with nothing yet. But when he gets in there, guys, he's got some problems that he needs to deal with from the past, like old problems. And that is Lynae's brother who shows up, which was very kind of annoying to me because, I said this. I said, how in the world is this guy going to freaking show up when he's supposed to be doing 25 to life? All right. We saw him delete somebody a lot. Folks saw him delete, as Trig said, like, I saw you murk somebody. Like, how the frick did you get out so fast? Of course, in the hood, when somebody normally gets out fast, they automatically think you snitching. But this is his own M, and it was between him and another guy. It's not like it was another dude that that they had to blame it on. But yeah, this is what they freaking pulled out of their behinds. They said that the evidence was tampered with. And I'm just like, you know what, man? Whatever. Whatever. I don't want to hear that. Because what about the sister? He deleted his girlfriend's brother. All right, guys. You mean to tell me that she did not speak up as an eyewitness and say what the heck happened? What evidence needs to be tampered with? Whatever, guys. That's what you want. Whatever. Anyway, guys, he's saying that he no longer uses violence, as a means to an end. And, now he done found God, right? Since he found God, he no longer uses violence as a means to an end. Okay, that's fine. All right. And my thing is, I hope it's real. Listen, at first when he was talking to Trig, it didn't seem like it was, it seemed like it was a little fishy. But, as he starts, in different scenes, it does seem a little genuine. But we will see, all right? We don't need this dude coming out of jail. Well, like, why? We don't got enough going on in the story to sometimes I can't even speak with the stuff that be going on here. And it's not to disrespect the show. It's just like, we didn't need this. But okay, you're giving it to us. Go on. We'll take it, I guess, right? So anyway, he's here. We're going to have to keep our eye on him. He seems like he has turned over a new leaf. But of course, everybody's going to raise their brow at him. Nobody really trusts him right now. We'll see, right? All right, guys. So now it's morning time, all right? And a few days ago, we saw what happened. This ninja done left the house, didn't say nothing, and he was gone for 3 freaking hours, okay? So Keisha tells Emmett that if he pulls that crap again, they are done, okay? And he's like, Dag, it's like that? And she's like, yeah, like you were gone for freaking 3 hours and I didn't know where you were, right? And to top it off, guys, Emmett lies and says that he went for a walk. And I was really disappointed in him for that because I'm like, no. See, my thing is once you start the lying and stuff, then you start the cheating and all that stuff. I mean, that's my philosophy, right? So don't start that crap, okay? Because then that means folks can't trust your daggone behind. All right. So anyway, he lies, but she says, don't even lie because I saw you on Nook's Insta story. So he tries to change the subject and he's like, well, when you going to stop following that ninja, And she was like, whatever, don't change the subject, bro. You need to commit. Okay. And Emmett says that they are in a committed relationship because they live together and they're paying bills together and stuff. Right. And he don't cheat. And she like, bro, you don't need, I'm sorry, you don't get brownie points for that. You know what I'm saying? And she says, well, he says, so no effing. That's what I'm sorry. She says you don't get brownie points for that, right? And it's about, I'm kind of lost with what I was saying. I'm sorry, guys. No brownie points. And she says, so he says no. Oh, so just fighting, no effing, right? Got it. And that annoyed me too because I'm like, I really feel like with him, it's really all about sex with him. I really, really feel that way. And that disgusts me, annoys the crap out of me. I know some of you fellas are like, what else is it supposed to be? But I'm just saying, like, really? No effing? That's the answer? Man, whatever. So, she corrects him and says, no, it's communication and sacrifice. And he's like, oh, okay, well, I just thought that I just missed the times we used to have fun. We used to have fun all the time. And this is another thing that kind of got under my skin because it's like, everything ain't always fun. Not to say that your relationship is supposed to be boring and it's supposed to be just this mundane thing, of course you're supposed to have fun, but it's almost like I believe she feels like she's the responsible one and he just thinks that, oh, we're supposed to, like you saw in the first episode with him, it was let's screw. Forget about, the kids crying and knocking and everything. We here to screw. If you saw them last season, they loved having sex. That's what they did. They was on the counter, they was on the table, they was getting it in everywhere. That's what this guy likes. He really loves sex. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but there needs to be a healthy balance. And I think with Keisha is now that they're doing life together, it's just really annoying to her when it's when it's all about like just that, right? Like, can we get some parenting going on? Can we get these bills paid? Can we start making responsible decisions, like not screwing, like messing around with Douda? Like, what are we doing here, right? Don't be walking out on me, disappearing for 3 hours. Like, that's the type of stuff we need to be working on, not always having sex. Okay. When you doing your thing and you doing the right thing, I don't think a woman has a problem with giving it up, baby. Okay. Let's see what DeMarcus says. So Jamal took out Lance, Cherry's brother, in season 4. Jamal probably smashed Tracy. This will cause a huge issue with Douda. I know he took out Cherry's brother. Yes, thank you very much. And thank you for the $5 super chat as well. And that is possible. You know, it does look like something may happen, but we don't know. Tracy's supposed to be on this new path, so we'll see, DeMarcus, you know. But yeah, I could see that could possibly cause an issue with Douda, but we'll get there, right? Okay. LSW says Emmett is hanging with Douda and he is changing for the worse. DeMarcus says a joke. Black men don't cheat. Don't forget, call me daddy. Exactly. I can't forget that. He wants you to call him daddy on top of that. All right. DeMarcus says that Keisha is tripping this season. She needs therapy for her trauma. All right. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but we'll take it. All right. Now, I forgot what the heck I was saying, guys. All right. But anyway, this dude says that he misses having fun. And she says, I'm your woman, not your amusement park. And that's the freaking bottom line. Your woman, not your damn amusement park. Okay. Let's get this this life going. Let's do the grown-up thing, and then we could do the grown-up. All right. How about that? Anyway, so Emmett apologizes. Then Keisha starts talking about getting a bigger place because she's tired of being all on top of each other and all of that. Plus, this spot, you had this spot with Tiffany, and we need our own spot. Well, that's what happens when you be double backing and then messing with your girl's husband at the time. Okay. No. Now you want your own place and everything. I don't want to hear that crap. We need to make different memories because this is where you had Tiffany in the memory. Well, you was up in there screwing on the screwing on the counter and everything. It was okay. Y'all done ready to christen the whole. I hate to even say christen because that's just not cool. Yeah. So yeah, y'all was doing the whole thing all over the place, making your own memories. Now you want your own place with Emmett that you could call your own. Okay, girl, you should have never moved in with him. But anyway, neither here nor there. As this one, I heard this one YouTuber say that's Negro here nor there, like that. Anyway. So guys, we also see that Tiff meets a weed man at Dante's house, right? And his name is Cairo, and his weed apparently smokes nice and smooth, and it doesn't make folks choke, right? So she takes it home to Rob and tells him that she wants to make Cairo their new supplier, and Rob agrees, right? But he tells her that he wants to go with her when she meets him. Also, guys, the whole point of this is that Tiff wants Rob to get from under Douda, right? We need to get away from Douda's crazy A. Everybody, this is the theme, guys. This is the theme of the season. Douda is crazy. Tiffany is saying, get away from Douda's crazy behind. Everybody don't want nothing to do with Douda, all right? So Rob says that Douda deletes people for sport and he ain't trying to get on his bad side. All right. So anyway, as you can see in this scene, we have this guy Cairo, who I really like the fact that he's like, listen, I just want to teach folks to grow organic weed and everything, because you know they got us thinking that the best weed got you choking and this and that and the third, but no, it's supposed to go down smooth. Remember when people was eating organic food? Well, this is organic weed and I want to just spread the love. And they're like, she's like, so you don't want us to, you're not gonna think that we're competition or nothing like that. He's like, no, I got farms all over the place. So he's trying to start like a revolution with this whole organic weed situation. He wants to teach them, but they don't have the money. And she says, will you be willing to invest? He says, if I invest in you, then you're basically either a partner with him or something about he will pretty much they'll be working for him or something like that or whatever. So the point is, he's saying, listen, you want your own, right? You want to be your own boss, right? So just get the money, find an investor. And that's the bottom line. They don't have the money, but he tells them, find an investor and holla back at me, okay? So guys, we'll talk about that a little later. So guys, we get to this episode where Shad is trying to set up shop, a vintage shop outside of his house, y'all. Come on. What's up to Trey Kings? Trying to set up a vintage shop outside his house, all right? And Deja is like, what are you doing? Like, he's like, I'm trying to, sell my vintage stuff. I got to start somewhere. And she's like, but not in front of our house, not on our front porch and everything, But, she eventually goes with the flow, guys, especially after he says, just believe in me, But she tells Shad that she can invest in him, and he refuses because he says that she's done enough for him. All right. And like I said, he just, I need you to believe in me. So she's like, okay, I do believe in you. And he's like, so then watch me work and everything like that. And so, he's selling his own stuff. And so when this guy comes by, he sees a two-way pager and he wants to sell the two-way for $100. Didn't think about the fact that nobody uses the daggone two-way anymore. I don't know why this guy even wanted a two-way, but he was willing to pay $20 for it. Shad was like, I'll give it to you for $50. And he was like, well, who the heck am I gonna be? Like, who am I gonna two-way? You know what I'm saying? So that was that. Sell, look, no sell, okay? So guys, I was just like, oh my freaking gosh, like this is just too hilarious. But I really did like the fact that she, even though she wasn't really feeling what he was doing, she started to move the stuff around and set it up for him and everything. Like, she is really dope and supportive, in my opinion. But you know what, I feel like he has too much pride, and sometimes you got to put that pride to the side. Like, you out here struggling. I understand I'm a woman, so I guess I'm never gonna get it. But I'm just saying, the pride, right? Like, if you let her invest in you, whatever, she says, I'm supposed to stand around here and wait to see if this works. Like, you expect me to, when she found out that he's selling his own stuff, she's like, you really expect me to stand around here to see if this works? And it's just upsetting for her to stand back and watch. And I understand that, right? But he's saying no, like, he wants to do something for himself. I get it. But I think that he should at least try, like, let her invest in you, right? And then when you start doing your thing, you give her back that money. I don't see anything wrong with that, fellas. I don't know. Do y'all see something wrong with that? Maybe you do, but that's the pride issue. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, guys, so let's see where we're at right now. So in this scene, we have Maisha. She lands a gig while shopping for cheap clothes. Okay, that's what they're saying. Cheap clothes, not me. All right. And then this other rapper named Sasha comes in. She recognizes Maisha, and she tells Maisha that, you doing good and everything. Where's the new music at? You can't just survive for one song, blah, blah, blah. And then she tells Maisha that her flow is cool, but it ain't dope. I'm like, what the heck kind of nonsense? You don't have to tell somebody that they flow ain't dope. Just say it's good, and that's that. Why do you feel the need that you had to throw that up in there? What's her name was looking like? Oh my gosh, like, what the heck? What is her name again? Gemma was looking like, ooh, that was unnecessary. Anyway, guys, long story short, she asked Maisha if she can open up for her because her opening act is in jail or whatever. And so she's like, okay, sure, I can do it. She wants her to open up for 15 minutes, but because she has one song, Gemma jumps in and says, no, we can only do 10 minutes or whatever. And so they're going to work that out, right, guys? We get to see in this episode, Gemma really goes hard as a manager. Like I said last week, she's got some serious managerial skills, honey. All right. And she was really going hard, hooking your girl up. Okay. So, let's hear what Renee says. Back in the day, black boys always heard, be a man. It's deep in a lot of us. I have to check myself at times. Yeah, I get it. Definitely. So, next, guys, Darnell is concerned about his son. All right. So he expresses his concern about Douda, but all Emmett could say is, don't be jealous, Pop. Right? Like, listen, stupid. Ain't no freaking jealousy, man. Everybody knows about Douda, and so do you. I can't with Emmett right now, guys. So anyway, right, Darnell tells him that all he knows is that if you lay down with the devil, you're gonna get fleas. And Emmett is like, wrong. That's not how it goes, okay? But you get the point, right? So then, guys, Darnell offers to go with Emmett to see this house because Emmett tells him, I gotta go. I'm gonna go see a house. And Darnell's like, you ain't got no money for no house. Like, what you talking about? So he's like, let me go with you to make sure you're not going to be scammed or nothing like that. And he says, Emmett says, well, Douda will be there. And so that was that. So he leaves, gives him a hug and everything. And I'm just like, man, you see Darnell as he's leaving, as Emmett leaves, you see Darnell standing there and he just has this look of concern on his face. At this point, guys, I know it's a mystery of who is going to be in the casket, but when you see everybody who's concerned and you see this father who's concerned, it makes you wonder, is he in the casket? Because you just don't know what's going to happen to get rid of this man or who's gonna say something to Douda, because Douda is messing with this guy's son. So you just never know how they're gonna spin this thing. All right. So next, I think we need to keep an eye on Jake, guys. Oh shoot. I don't know, guys. I just feel like he's jealous of Kev. Like, obviously, we've seen throughout the years, and I think the first season he sold Kev's little girlfriend. We see that he sold Gemma, and now he made a comment last week about him getting an apartment before him, and it's just like, I don't know. Like, I think we need to keep an eye out on this. Now, even though it was a joke, he tells Kevin not to think that he's the ish because he got his own crib, right? Because Kevin jokingly says, first, let me rewind, okay? Jake says, can you wear one of my shirts, like one of my merch to, one of the games or something like that? And he said, yeah, for $1,000. And he said, okay, and Kevin said, I'm just messing with you. And then he was like, well, don't go thinking you the ish because you got a crib and stuff now. And it's like, what does that have to do with anything, right? Like, really, like, sometimes you got to be careful. You got to really listen to people's comments, because when they bring up stuff that ain't got nothing to do with the other, like Kev had that job, like that gig with the gaming stuff, before he got a crib. So why does the crib have to be brought up? Like, that's just really weird to me. And it makes me wonder, is he gonna go as far as to even try to make a pass on Maisha? If it comes to that, like, you have to watch this kid. And let me tell you something. I told you guys, these are my babies. I love the kids. But Jake be doing the most sometimes. He really does. And I just don't like the jealousy that he has towards Kevin. Kevin has been nothing but a good friend. But I am disappointed in Kevin for, him going after Maisha now. And we'll talk about that later, guys. All right. So now, next we're going to talk about Douda and this idiot Emmett, right? They go look at the house on the west side, right? And Emmett, he doesn't want to rush into anything, guys. Plus, the asking price is too much. Plus, he wants to talk to Keisha first, because when Keisha was saying, yes, I do want a place and everything, she said, just don't do anything without me. Like, don't make no decisions without me, right? And so he really wants to talk to her first, but Douda is definitely applying the pressure. And he's like, I mean, she said she wanted a house, just purchase it, this and that. He's saying that he'll put the rest of the money down, you pay something and I'll pay the balance and all of that, right? So Emmett says, well, can I see some paperwork first? He's trying to take a stance, but it wasn't about to work, I don't think, until the realtor steps up and he says, how about you bring your lady by first, right? Let her see the place first, and then if she likes it, we could talk numbers, okay? And he said, because I see where you're coming from, because if I tried to get a house without my fiance's approval, they would be mad, right? And so Douda was like, well, back in the day when a woman, when you bought a woman a house, she was happy. And so the realtor says, okay, let's try to live in the present. All right. And what does Douda call them? He said, okay, y'all be simps if you want to. And Detroit, if you're in the building still, I'm pretty sure you enjoyed that little comment. And whoever else uses that simp vocabulary, you probably enjoyed that freaking comment. But if you are in the company of Douda, my guys, you should be ashamed of your freaking selves, okay? I think it's a freaking red flag when a dude feels like being good to a woman or considerate of your woman is a simp or is considered simping. That's disgusting, guys. I would like for you to check yourselves, all right? And we're going to move on. It's no love loss, but you got to stop, okay? I need me a man that's going to treat a sister right, okay? Can we get an amen? Simp me, baby. Simp me. Simp me, don't pimp me. Anyway, so next, guys, Tracy has a new admirer, okay? And that's Jamal, because thank you, just me, B, and Marlon. See, so new admirer, because Trig done brought Jamal by to be like a new, just a manpower around the rocks and everything to help out and all that. Okay. And so he's all looking at her and everything like, oh, thank you so much for what you did for my sister and blues and all of that. And she's looking like it was a little flirty moment. He wanted to walk her to the car. She was like, no, thank you. Cause she's on this new thing where I guess she's trying to get self-control after Eartha Kitt done got in her behind and made her feel stupid about being with Douda, even though Eartha Kitt don't know, it was a video, but Eartha Kitt helped to put her in her place. All right. But anyway, guys, now during a dinner, I liked this scene, guys. I really did. Especially seeing Bakari being able to fit in with his family. So during the dinner at Papa's house, the boys are being lectured about always being on their phones and social media and all that stuff, right? And Pastor Stanley, he even tells Bakari that he knows he's been running with Douda. So Pastor Stanley also tells the boys that they should be worried about their future and their keeping their noses in the good book. All right. So Papa decides to tell his dad that he hasn't always done what the Bible says. And I thought this was very out of order for Papa to do. He really deserved to be smacked the fire straight out of his freaking flesh, smack the spit out his mouth. He needed that, because especially in front, listen, I understand that Bakari is no longer company, but don't play yourself. I be having to tell my kids right now. I have my nephew here. My kids be trying to act a little different. And I'm like, sometimes how it goes with kids is if they see you being a certain way in front of your mom or this and that, they think it's okay as well. Okay. And that's the reason why you got to continue to keep things flowing the way they flow. But he was out of order. And that's that. Yes, that needed a backhand. It really, really did. Okay. So anyway, Papa, he believes that you should practice what you preach. I believe in practicing what I'm preaching and all this stuff. So this means that he feels like you should call people out, even if it means calling out your parents and all that, right? Well, that means that Papa needs to be in his word a little more. He claims he read the Bible app just yesterday and everything. Well, go on ahead and read the part that talks about honoring your parents. Okay, my guy. Now, so as Bakari sees that the conversation is going left. He tries to excuse himself, but Pastor Stanley tells him to stay because he's family, right? And he also apologizes to the boys, and saying that I haven't always done the right thing, and I thank God that I have a forgiving congregation and stuff like that, and I just hope that I have forgiving sons. And when he says sons plural, I thought this was just amazing. Bakari needs that type of love, right? Shad showed him. Shad opened the door for this, guys. This is all Shad, right? Even though Shad is not here in this moment, Shad opened the door for Bakari to let down that wall a little bit, to know that there are people out there that will care for him and will love him. So when he told him, no, you sit down, your family, this and that, and also, you guys, you're my son, basically, right? When he said, I just hope that my sons are also forgiving, Bakari says, amen. And Bakari says amen, but Papa was sitting there looking a little stupid, I feel. And I kind of wonder what he was thinking. Is he thinking that maybe he put his foot in his mouth? He thought that he was, sounding all that and everything. And when he saw that Bakari was understanding, did it make him feel stupid? I don't know. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of people out there and around Papa's in Papa's world that have done a lot of wrong. And so when they get somebody like Pastor Stanley, who has done some wrongs, willing to admit the wrongs, and then, ask for forgiveness and hope that other people forgive them and all of that stuff, turn over a new leaf, this and that, they get more respect. It's more understanding in that area. But when you want to be all judgmental and stuff, listen, Papa with his freaking judgmental behind, you saw the backlash he got last year with in the schools, talking about people with no, the fatherless kids and this and that. He got a lot of backlash. He needs to be more sympathetic towards folks and more relatable, instead of trying to be mad judgmental the way he is. You ain't gonna get too many folks liking you for that now. Okay. But anyway, guys, I forgot to mention, guys, that Douda has said in that during the time when they were at that house, he was getting very frustrated with Emmett, right? And he was telling him that when somebody offers you a gift, you take it, right? And so we're gonna hear that come up again. All right. So now, guys, during another dinner, and I have to say this, during another dinner, this is at Trig's house, right? It's in a different house. Fatima tells Trig that Lynae's brother, Jamal, just because he found the Lord does not mean he changed. That is very true. Okay. But she says that he needs to talk to somebody for mental health reasons, right? To make sure that everything is good. All right. Then they start talking about the campaign, not the campaign. They start talking about, Trig's work and everything, right? About Trig focusing on social issues, a social issue that, he would be passionate about. And the social issue that he want to talk about is Black men and their mental health. And so Fatima says, what about the rest of us, right? And he says, well, eventually we'll get there, but we can't lead if we're not of sound mind. So Fatima says, why do men always have to be the one leading? And, this kind of irked me a little bit, because my thing is, and I don't want anybody to get offended, but my thing is, pick a struggle. Like, you're a trans woman, right? You already made it a point to tell Trig that you get all these nasty transphobic DMs and things of that nature. Now you want to talk about some why do men always have to lead and all of this stuff? And I'm just like, just pick a struggle. Work on the struggle that you have, that you get with the trans being a trans. Deal with that and try to overcome that. Don't try to dip in the pond over here. What women have been going through for I don't know how long, since the beginning of time, where we've been struggling because we're low on the totem pole and all of that stuff. You don't have to be a part of that. Deal with your situation, and that's just that. And I'm sorry if that offends folks, but that's just how I feel. I just have to say that. Like, pick your struggle. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't born into this issue. All right? You just weren't. You done made yourself deal with a triple situation where you was born Black, born a man, and now you're trans. So now you're picking up issues that women have. And I just need her to pick a struggle. That's all. Sorry, guys, if that is a problem for some folks. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, like, I don't the trans, let me tell you something. I think the trans part of the LGBTQ community is the one that bothers me. That's it. After seeing that whole situation with Just Hilarious and the people that commented, that really pissed me off. That pissed me off. And that's all I'm going to say, because I didn't like the stuff that they had to say back. Some of them, because I know everybody ain't the same, but some of them had some funky things to say back. And it was just like the audacity. Anyway, so guys, let's move on, shall we? Bakari goes to what's that place? He buys a meal for Shad at Emmett's restaurant, Smokies. Okay. And of course, he brings up the fact that when I say he, I'm talking about Shad. He brings up the fact that Bakari is running around with Douda. Okay. He talks about him playing with fire. He said, "You playing with fire." You know what I'm saying? I've been there before. I know what it is and all of that stuff. And Bakari wasn't really trying to hear him. Right. But he offers, Bakari offers Shad a job. And, you know, he's telling him that I could hook you up. You know, I could hook you up with a job and all of this. And even after Shad is trying to tell him, listen, bro, like you're on the wrong path. All Bakari could say is, "I'm here if you change your mind." And so, you know, all of that stuff is just like, it's scary as you're watching all the warnings, right? Every time you see warnings, who's getting warned? You see Bakari getting warned. You see Emmett getting warned. All of that stuff is very, very scary, because it's just like, oh my gosh, what the freak is going to happen? Something's going to daggone happen, guys. All right. So next we got Trig. You know, he talks to Nina and Dre about Lynae seeing her brother, you know, and Nina and Dre, they're talking right there in front of Lynae. They're like, you know, not really here for it that much, because we don't want nobody coming in and out of her life, but it's up to Lynae. So Lynae, of course, says, yes, I want to see my brother. So they finally meet up, and he's like, I miss you, Nay, and all that. And she's like, I missed you too. And they hugged and stuff like that. And I swear, guys, I love seeing this little girl smile. When she came on, you know, she just had this wall up. She just seemed she had such a stink attitude, but when she smiles, it's so beautiful. It just lights up my moment, I guess, you know, because she's just too freaking cute. Okay. So now they start talking, guys, and he's like, are you dating anybody and all that? She was like, I mean, kind of, or whatever. He's like, what the heck is that supposed to mean? You better not be giving your body to him and everything. And she's like, I'm about to be 18. He said, that don't mean nothing. I like that response, though. That don't mean nothing. You about to be 18. What the heck that mean? Don't be, you know, weak. Don't be weak with the flesh now. Okay, so he asked this very important question. Are you messing with the street dude? And she was like, he ain't more street than you. And so he says, listen, you need to be careful, because street dudes loving us will leave you heartbroken. And I was a little afraid hearing that now, because I'm like, oh my gosh, are we foreshadowing something here? Hey, Tamika, are we foreshadowing something? So that was scary for me, guys. But we're going to see. Everything is, we're going to see, right? Because we just don't know what the heck is going on, guys. All right. So next, guys, we have Papa, and he gets a ride home from Kenya. And we find out that she is a PK kid. And I'm like, oh, that's cute. And, you know, nice that they have that in common. We also see later on that he tries to ask her out, and she's like, no, like, so, I mean, I guess she, you know, I think with her, she's really waiting until he becomes 18. And I think it's because she's trying to make sure he's legal. So she's just really serious about this age thing. Like, no, I am not messing with you until you turn 18. Like, when are you gonna be 18 again? He's like, this summer. Okay. She's like, holler at me then. Cause right now, baby, no, it's not gonna happen, honey. So now Douda comes to the church, guys, with his goons to see Pastor Stanley. I actually like this picture of them, guys, just coming in. Look, I hate to say it, but just for TV purposes, they just all look, I don't know, it's just this this gangster way of coming in with all this black on, and they look nice though. It's not just that they're wearing black, like they wearing black jeans and hoodies. They look nice. Okay. But Pastor Stanley said, what the heck are y'all doing? He didn't say what the heck, but he said, what y'all doing in the house of the Lord? And Douda says, we come in need of prayer. I'm like, oh my gosh. All right. And right, Douda Jr. Exactly, right? Like, what is going on with this dude? What's up, Savannah? What's going on with him? All of a sudden, he done really stepped up. Everybody else silent. He got to be the one talking. We don't need you to talk. So anyway, guys, Douda tries to make a donation, and Pastor Stanley tells him that, well, first he says to Nook, not Nook. He, when I say him, I'm talking about Pastor Stanley. He says to Nook and Zay, he's like, there's a better way for you guys. Like this is not what God wants for y'all and all this. And he said, oh, what's up, Modai? He said, Pastor said, what the heck? Yeah, I know. I don't know. Improvise. He might as well have said, what the heck, though? Seriously, okay? So Douda wants to know, like, I'm sorry, not Douda. The pastor wants to know, when you gonna stop, with your devilish ways, putting your devilish ways on these kids, leading them into leading them on the wrong path and things of that nature. And Douda's like, hey, now I do the best I can. I show these young men that there's a better way. They can make money on their own, this and that, give them a chance to be on their own. And listen, guys, I'm gonna tell you like this. I watch Nook very closely. Nook is silent. I think he knows better. He knows daggone well. Don't talk. You know what I'm saying? Be quiet. He's listening to everything. But I'm gonna tell you, he looked like, when Douda was saying what he was saying, I think he nodded. I watched it again. Looked like he nodded a bit. But as he's watching, I'm watching him, because I need to pay attention as these cameras are zooming in on these certain characters while another character is talking. I feel like that's important. And so I think that Nook is somebody that we need to watch for. You got to remember, Nook was not really present like that. He was he was really like a side character, but now he's more in the forefront now. And so, I mean, I would say he's still a side character, but they're showing us a lot more of him. And I think that he might have a part to play in either helping to take Douda down, or just bringing the story, helping to push the story along in some type of conflict. That's what I feel. Okay. Thank you, Savannah, for the $2 super sticker. All right, guys. So y'all over here talking about Zay might be a undercover cop. Hey, it may be. I don't know. All right. But guys, Pastor Swift. Oh my gosh. Pastor Stanley, he refuses the money, because he's like, last time I did this, stuff blew up in my face and one of your guys threw me under the bus. So that's a no, right? And plus, look, at the dinner the other night, he just finished telling his sons, I hope y'all forgive me, my congregation forgave me, this and that. Why go backwards? You know what I mean? So he's like, no. So of course we got this freaking guy over here all of a sudden, like, you just came out of nowhere last week. All right. And now you're already overstepping, talking about some, listen, when someone gives you a gift, you take it. And listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Douda loves this kid Zay when he steps up. And the way Zay is trying to like kiss Douda's behind and all of that, like Douda loves it. Look at that smile on his face. Like, I'm brainwashing these little niggas. All right. But anyway, guys, so long story short, Stanley refuses. He still refuses it. He's like, I got my own gifts already, you know. And Douda didn't take this well at all. Okay. But we also have Bakari who's watching. And you know, from watching it before Douda gets outside, I'm thinking, okay, Bakari is only out there because he's supposed to be out there. He wasn't supposed to come in. He's watching and he's seeing what's going on. Maybe he's supposed to watch the car, this and that and the third. Watch the car, right? But we find out that he was supposed to come inside as well. All right, but let's finish this, guys. So this is very threatening. You know, he gets up in his ear, his face / ear, whatever, and he says, "Are you sure about this?" And he said, "Yes." And he says, "Okay, then." That's very threatening. Okay. So now I'm afraid for this man's life. I'm just afraid for people's lives. Y'all got to come together and get rid of him like how they got rid of Detective or Officer Alonzo from Training Day. That's it. Everybody get a shot. Not a shot. You know, that's too much. Everybody get get the hammer. How about that? We gonna go there. Everybody get one. All right. So now when they go outside, Douda says to what is his name? Bakari, why didn't you come inside? Why'd you stay in the car? And he said, I work with the man, Douda. Like, you know, he's just like, hello, it makes sense, right? What the heck? I'm gonna try to be, I'm coming up in there as a goon and I live with him. And he say, but you work for me. Really? So you want him to do what? Choose you over basically his father? Like, man, I can't with it right now. But anyway, guys, we're gonna see what happens, folks. We're gonna see what happens. All right, guys. So listen, Keisha likes the house, folks. She likes the house, but what she wants is to have her name on the mortgage, and she also wants Emmett's name on the mortgage. She is trying to get ahead of Douda, but I think y'all gonna need some lawyers for that, because I just feel like Douda has certain things in the works that it's gonna come back to bite them. It really, really is. They have to be so freaking careful, because this is just, it's not a good look in my opinion. All right, so guys, Tiff, you know, she tells Rob that if he believes in her, that he gonna go get them some money. She's like, do you believe in me? And he said, yes. And she said, then go get us some money, okay? So we could cut ties with Douda. Like, this is the second time that she's bringing this up. Like, I need us to be our own bosses so we could cut ties with Douda. Of course, he brought up the 15% before that, but she doesn't care. She's like, we could be making more than that. No one cares about that, you know? And so we'll get to that later. Of course, as she's saying this, it has him thinking, because she was like, I know you got money. Like, how the heck you live in this big old house? So where's your money at? And he said, this is family money, you know, like, this is my mother's house and I'm pretty much a tenant here. And she like, well, you need to go ask your mom for money and stuff like that. And so, you know, of course he's thinking about it. All right. And so next, guys, Kevin shows up to Maisha her show, and you know, he's backstage with her in her little dressing room and everything. He lets her know that he saw it and it was fire, blah blah blah. And you know, she's like, you really trying to get back with me and all of this and that. And I'm just like, did y'all really go together though? You know what I'm saying? Like, wasn't it like some type of little a force? Like, she forced him to go with him, like bullied him into dating. Like, y'all wasn't really together like that. Like, stop doing that. That's so annoying to me. Just like when they tried to make it seem like Tiff and Keisha, I'm sorry, not Tiff and Keisha, wow, Tiff and Emmett was in this relationship from high school and this and that, knowing daggone well she was a smash and dash, and he done oops and knocked her up. All right, that's why he was saying her baby could be anybody's baby on the south side, right? Because she was supposed to be this little hoe. But then all of a sudden, when they wanted them to get together and get married and do this and that and the third, oh, they was going together. No, the freak they wasn't. I don't want to hear that. But anyway, whatever. We're going to take it, right? We're going to freaking take it. All right. So, oh, you want to get back with me. That's the story they talking about. You want to get back with me. After she bullied, whatever now. So Kevin is saying he missed her. And I said, what? You missed her? Missed her when? From the other night when she was over there and y'all kissed? Or was you missing her the whole time from the time when y'all was kids and she was freaking pushing you down and sticking her tongue down your throat? Like, when? Was you missing her while she was with Papa? We need to make this make sense. I don't want to do it, guys, but I'm in the mood tonight. All right. I'm in the mood tonight. Stuff is getting on my freaking nerves. All right. I'm in the mood. I can't. So anyway, he said, you know, you trying to get back with me, this and that. You trying to get with me? She said, you answer me. I asked you first, whatever. So they promised not to tell each other. She said, don't tell Papa, because she's saying, well, what are we gonna call this? And he said, we don't gotta call it nothing and everything. She said, well, don't tell Papa. My thing is, why not? Why don't tell Papa? Because you know it's wrong, right? I'm annoyed. I'm freaking annoyed. You know this is freaking wrong. Papa was really in love with this girl, and it's not right. Okay, like, pick a new. If you're gonna bring a new character on, or what was her name? Simone. You could have stuck it out with Simone. Why the heck do we have to get so messy where everybody is just in this circle recycling each other? Why? Y'all get new characters all the time. Why we gotta go through this? It's freaking disgusting. All right. So now what is this gonna come between Papa and what was this kid's name? Kev? I wonder. All right. And so what else? So she says, at first he was like, I won't tell. He said, I won't tell a soul. And she says, were you ashamed of me? And he says, no, I'm not, whatever, but I just don't want people up in our business and things of that nature. And so there you go with that, guys. All right. And so then we got Gemma coming in, and she looking all funny. Did y'all see Gemma's face? When she came in and saw Kevin, she was reading the room, honey, and she was looking like something must be going on between them. And she definitely looked like, listen, it looked to me that if she finds out that they are dating, that she's actually going to have a problem with it. And I'm just like, ain't that a daggone shame? You got a lot of freaking nerves if you're about to have a problem with this, sweetie. What's up, Eric S? Guys, look at these. You see these little nerdy freaking glasses? Now, look, I'm putting these on because the ring light is starting to hurt my eyes. I just got these today. And when I tried them on, I literally had them on for a few seconds, and already when I lifted up, it was marks right here. So I'm like, I don't think I could keep these. And I got it came with 12 in a pack, or maybe 6 in the pack. And I'm just like, I don't know if I could keep these, because I need, yeah, I don't want them freaking pressing down like that, marking. Anyway, so, and also they don't feel like they're working. So there we go. All right, now I know. Full of crap, waste of money, and we're not gonna work. We're gonna send those back. Okay. If y'all got any ideas or anything, or something that a sister could use to freaking block her eyes without coming on here with some daggone goggles or crazy sunglasses, let a sister know. I do have some other ones coming in. Okay, so now, like I said, Gemma's face, guys, we are going to see how this is going to happen. We're going to see what Jake does when he finds out. Is he going to press up on Maisha? I said that already. What the heck is Gemma going to do? Is she going to try to flirt with Kevin? Girl, sir, I'm tired. Anyway, so he leaves. And now we find out that Gemma done took some money off the top without talking to Maisha. All right, so she takes 10% of Maisha's pay, because Maisha was like $200 is missing. Okay, that's out. So that means that this girl got $2,000 for this gig, which is pretty freaking cool, guys. Now the thing is, she says, you told me that. How you taking the money when you didn't get the gig? You said that you were supposed to get the money only if you booked it or whatever. And she's like, well, I did all this stuff for you, and it would be a ish show if I didn't do this and that and the third. Now, mind you, yes, she did a wonderful job. She made sure she had snacks, she had car service, she got this, she got that, and she got paid, which was great. But don't do that without telling somebody. You don't just take the money out. You should have definitely spoke to her first. I didn't like that at all. And then to have this smug kind of attitude about it was kind of gross to me. But it is what it is. And Maisha says, okay, girl, I understand. I get it. You right, but just tell me first, let me know first. And so and that's my thing too. Like you ain't when you over there counting Jake's money, right? After all the help that you doing, you ain't skimming off the top, are you? So don't skim off the top for her. This is your friend. Jake is your boyfriend. Y'all not married or nothing like that, and you working and helping him out. You could get yourself a little something as well, but don't skim. I mean, that's my point. You could get a little something from both, since you need money. Just be respectful. My gosh, people are so annoying, yo. I swear. Tina, hi. Respect costs no one nothing. Gemma was very disrespectful. Yeah, I didn't like her attitude. I didn't like it. And maybe she got a little stink too, because she, like I said, she read the room and she looked like she had a little bit of an issue with Kevin being there, so that could have been it. But you don't have the right, girl. You don't have the right. You're a little snake right along with freaking Jake. All right. So now, guys, we get to the last scene. And Rob asked his mother for $50,000. And who is his mother? Lynn Whitfield. Okay. Always lovely to see this lady. And she's telling him, I will give you the money, all right, on one condition. I need to find out who deleted my brother. My brother was like a father to me. He was more of a father to me than anything. He was the reason that I was able to give you a good life, this, that, and the third. All right. And so she's like, I need to know who took him out and dumped him in a river as if he was nothing and he didn't have more life to live. Okay. And he said, okay, like, because she said she's going to give it to him. He was just looking for a loan. She says, I'm going to give you the money. And he said, oh, wow, you don't want it back. You don't want me to pay you back. And that's when you find out this is a conditional situation. Like, I want head on a platter, basically. She doesn't know it's Douda. He doesn't know that it's Douda. So that's what he says. But he ups the ante, talking about some, well, if that's the case, then I want 1,000 stacks or racks, whatever the freak this guy said, right? And so she said, if you want, I said 1,000. I'm sorry, 100,000. If you want 100,000, then like, why would you try to get 100,000? This was your uncle. I'm your blood. Like, what are you trying to do? Like, you trying to negotiate with me or bargain with me or whatever? Like, what are you doing? And so he says, just because we blood doesn't mean we're bonded or whatever. And so clearly he does not seem to have the best relationship with his mother. She already mentioned something about his hair being done and things like that. He's like, oh, this is why I don't come over. Why you don't come over? Because your mother wants you to get your hair done? I mean, come on, that's not a good reason. But anyway, so he says, okay, I could find out some information and things like that. And she said, oh no, honey, for 100,000 racks, you're gonna have to do more than that, baby. So she sound like she's basically telling him that when you find out who it is, you're gonna have to take him out. You're gonna have to get to work. Like, I need all of the above, right? This ain't no just you get $100,000 and then you let me know who it is. No, stuff got to get done after that. And so that's that, guys. That's pretty much how the episode ends. And it really makes me wonder how this whole thing is gonna play out. There's just so many people that could really take Douda out. And look, last time he got shot, it was Brandon's mother. Do you think that she could be the one to actually do it if nobody does it? Right? This woman that he doesn't see coming. He's not gonna see any woman coming. That's first of all. He's not going to see a pastor coming like Pastor Stanley. And I'm not trying to say that I want Pastor Stanley to do anything. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, like it has to be somebody that he's not going to see coming. I also think that maybe somebody like Zay or Nook, these people that are close to him, especially Zay, who seems to be so far up the crack of his freaking behind. I really doubt if Douda would see him coming. You know what I mean? But we'll just see what happens. And one thing I feel about the Shy, I feel like they mislead us a lot. So I don't really want to go too far into trying to figure out who's gonna delete him and things of that nature, because we could be just barking up the wrong freaking tree. I mean, remember last year? Was it last year or the year before? The year before, right? I think it was a season before, when Imani was walking down the street with Shad, and Bakari like pushed her or bumped her or did something, and Shad like yoked him up against the wall and everything, right? And it was just this eerie feeling that they had going on while it was a finale too. And they kept walking, Imani and Shad, and we could see in the back of them Bakari turning around, just standing there and just watching them. And that was eerie. And it made you feel like, oh snap, like that's not good. Bakari, this little boy, don't he don't care, right? He's a freaking menace. He's a troublemaker. We saw him delete Ronnie, so he's probably gonna freaking either delete Imani or delete Rashad. But that didn't happen. Instead, what did they do? They had Bakari have this little storyline where he softened up, and Shad and him have a relationship where he's like a big brother and a mentor to him. So the Shy be playing around with us. So sometimes we really cannot go too deep with them. And that's the facts. You understand? That's the facts. All right. What's up, Juan Roman? It could be Tracy who's going to delete him. That might be. Oliver Spartan says, this ain't a spoiler, but I see Jason Weaver charter his character, being deleted. They are cutting his storyline too short. Oh, yeah, I'm very afraid about that, Oliver. I really am. I'm afraid about it. I'm just kind of scared of I'm just scared. I don't know. I don't want Papa to die. I don't want Bakari to die. I'm just afraid. There's a lot of people that I don't want to see go, and I feel really, really sad about. So I just don't know what to think or what to say about it right now, guys. But we're gonna keep talking about it. Hopefully, if there's something that comes to mind, like last week, I'll continue to talk. I'll do a separate video so we could talk about it a little more. Yes, Cinder one. It could be anyone at this point, right? Any freaking body. Somebody's gonna get tired of this guy. And here's what I think: if he touches a child, I think that all bets are gonna be off. And I'm hoping that that's gonna make people just come out like, oh no, this guy out here touching kids now. Oh no, he got to go. He got to go. Everybody comes together and just get him, like how they did. All the parents did to Freddy Krueger. Everybody get him. Freddy Krueger, right? It's Cougar or Krueger? I think it's Krueger. Whatever. Get him. Burn him up just like they did him. All the parents had to do what they had to do to protect their children. All right, guys. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Until next time, you guys take care and be blessed. Thank you so much for being here with me. Make sure you like the video and share it as well. And take care and be blessed. I think I already asked you to hit the notification bell, right? All right, guys. Love you so much. Bye-bye.